Hey, sports fans, welcome back to another episode of Bucky's Sports Show. Tonight we're going to talk about the Braves Red Sox series and look ahead a little bit to the National Series this coming week. Game 1 in Boston went to Atlanta 4-2. Chris Sale's return to Boston was a tremendous outing for him. He went 7 innings, giving up 1 run on 5 hits, walking 2 and striking out 8. The 1 run he gave up was a home run in the 7th. The Braves were able to get back-to-back home runs in the 2nd from Matt Olson and Sean Murphy. Other than those home runs, there wasn't much offense until the 9th. The oddity of this game is all 7 Braves hits came against Boston starter Crotchet. In the 9th, the Braves drew a leadoff walk. The following 2 batters got out. Albies drew a walk. Boston then made a pitching change to get a lefty-lefty matchup. Now, if you've listened to the episodes before this, you know how I feel about managers doing this and how stupid I think it is. That pitcher came in and walked the next 3 batters, allowing 2 runs to be walked in. Iglesias came in the 9th to close it out. Thankfully, the Braves got 2 runs in the 9th as Iglesias gave up a run, raising his ERA to 5.89. The Braves were 1 of 4 with runners in scoring position, leaving 6 on base. The 1 hit did not score a run. It was an infield single that moved the runner from 2nd to 3rd. The RBI with runners in scoring position came on walks. The Braves have to start getting hits with runners in scoring position. Now, I predicted a pitcher's duel in this game, and that did not disappoint. Other than those 3 home runs, the starting pitching was absolutely phenomenal for both teams. At Game 2, Boston won this one 7-6. It was another good outing from Grant Holmes. He went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and 4 walks while striking out 5. The 2 runs he gave up were on a 2-run home run. So really, he had 1 hit that cost him 2 runs. Holmes left in the game after the 6th with a 6-2 lead. The Braves got 5 of their 6 runs off of home runs. Baldwin and Olson both hit 2-run homers, and Ozuna hit a solo shot. Riley added an RBI single, and this is a game that should have never been lost. The Braves bullpen came in and sucked it up. Bummer went 1/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. Then they brought De Los Santos in, who gave up a double that allowed one of Bummer's runs to score, but he then got out of the inning. They then brought in Montero, who went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. They then brought Johnson in, who gave up a double that allowed one of Montero's runs to score and tie the game. In the 9th, they left Johnson in, and he promptly gave up a walk-off home run. The starters have been getting the job done recently on a consistent basis. Now the bullpen has been shaky for the last 2 or 3 series. It would be nice to see the bullpen find their groove again. I understand that someone will have a bad outing out of the bullpen, but you can't have everyone you put in the game to have a bad outing. And that's what they had this game. No one out of the bullpen was sharp. No one was good. They need someone out there that they can rely on to come in and shut the door. Now, the Braves' offense with runners in scoring position left a lot to be desired as well. They went 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, leaving 10 men on base. The Braves had 13 hits to the Red Sox 10. They just needed to get a couple more hits with runners on, and this would have been a different outcome. Unfortunately, the Braves' offense isn't capable of doing that right now. In Game 3, Atlanta won this game 10-4. Spencer Schwellenbach had 6 great innings and 1 bad inning. He went 7 innings, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits and walking 1 while striking out 3. The 4 runs he gave up was a grand slam in the third. Other than that inning, he was fantastic. The Braves had a 3-0 lead when he gave up the grand slam, giving Boston a 4-3 lead. To the Braves' credit, they came back in a big way, scoring 7 unanswered runs. With that being said, however, they were still 4 of 17 with runners in scoring position, leaving 10 men on base. Leaving 10 men on base is way too many. While they didn't need the runs today, it would still be nice to see them hit .333 with runners in scoring position and lower the number of men that they leave on base. Verdugo, Riley, Olson, Ozuna, Baldwin, and White all had multi-hit games. Ozuna had 3 RBI, 2 on a 2-run home run. Albies, Baldwin, Allen, H2, Olson, Riley, and White all added an RBI. Outside of just leaving way too many men on base and not getting enough hits with runners in scoring position, just a solid game. Now, the Braves did what they needed to do in this series. They went to Boston, they won another series, and they climbed above 500 for the first time this season. The Braves starters are finally doing well right now. They all seem to be going 6+ innings every outing. This is what you need from them. They have started giving us a chance to win every game. Once the offense starts hitting with runners in scoring position better, this team will be clicking on all cylinders. Now, with all that being said, they have also played 17 games in 17 days with no off days. They have Monday off before the series with Washington. That, with Strider starting Tuesday and the possibility of Acuna returning next weekend, I think the Braves will have a huge week ahead. Now let's talk about that upcoming National Series. Okay, so the Braves come in at 24-23 and third in the NL East. And this series is at Washington. Nationals come in at 21-27, fourth in the NL East. Now, the previous season series, Braves won that series 3-1. They won games 1, 2, and 4, winning 4-3, 5-2, and 5-2. They lost game 3, 5-4. Game 1 is Tuesday at 6:45. The Braves have not officially announced who their starting pitcher is. All indications point to Spencer Strider. This is not being announced yet, but it is my guess. The Nationals are going with Mitchell Parker. He's 3-3 with a 4.32 ERA. Game 2 is Wednesday at 6:45. Braves are going with A.J. Smith-Shawver, 3-2 with a 2.33 ERA. He's just been fantastic his last few outings, and I look for that to continue in this one. Nationals are going with Trevor Williams. He's 2-5 with a 5.91 ERA. Game 3 is Thursday. Braves are going with Chris Sale. He's 2-3 with a 3.62 ERA. Nationals, they're going with Mackenzie Gore, who's 2-4 with a 3.67 ERA. I think the Braves have an advantage in every game in this series. Strider comes back, which will only add to the rotation. He will most likely be on a pitch count for this first outing. Hopefully he'll be sharp enough to get to the 7th or even beyond. If not, the bullpen will need to step up. And I think the offense will start clicking this series. Acuna is close to coming back, and someone will be going down to AAA when he returns. This will be their opportunity to show what they're capable of and give the Braves front office a reason not to send them down. This series is another great opportunity for the Braves to get above 500, more so than what they already are, and put themselves in a position not to fall below again. They have series coming up against the Padres and the Phillies. They really need to sweep this series to give themselves a little cushion there between that 500 mark so they don't fall below again. But like I said earlier, I really think this is going to be a huge week for Atlanta. Acuna, he has been performing well at Gwinnett. Snicker said he would like to see him play all 9 innings before bringing him up. The speculation from Braves media is he will be called up to Atlanta for Friday's game against the Padres or next week's series against the Phillies. So we are really close to getting Acuna back and being somewhat of a healthy team that we really expected to see about this point going forward. We're still without Ronaldo Lopez. He's going to be out most likely rest of the year, maybe come back towards the end of the season to be fully healthy. But when you add Strider, you add Acuna with what the Braves have already have, they add by not having to get rid of anyone. And that is a huge thing right now, because now they can start looking at who can we trade to maybe get a bullpen guy, hopefully. I will be back on Thursday with the recap of this series and a preview of next weekend's Padres series. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment. Have anything you want me to discuss, email me at buckysportsshow@gmail.com. Again, that's buckysportsshow@gmail.com. As always, enjoy the games and go Braves!